Okay, I think we're ready to roll. Today is Saturday, the 7th of February. It is 19 degrees here in Hampstead. It is incredibly windy this morning. I want to say that. You might see it. On my ride up here, there were like sections of the highway where the wind is just blowing. And we had a little bit of snow yesterday, a little light snow. It was like a dusting. But it was enough to create this sensation of just like you're driving through a blizzard sometimes. At least that happened like a handful of times on the way up. Maybe let's see what happens on the way down. Let me get the text-to-speech working here. Can't forget that. Boom, boom. Okay, I think we're all good. And here we go. And it's a weird, it's windy, but it's not a steady wind. It's like just gusty. So like all of a sudden you get this blast. It should be fun. Like when I'm unloading the donuts, they could end up flying away. You never know. Never seen a donut fly.
Team and Dad.
Hey. Thanks for hanging out. It's a windy day here in Maryland this morning. And the temperature is dropping. Like it was actually warmer at midnight. It was like 20 something. And that doesn't sound too warm, but it is. But it's supposed to go down steadily throughout the day.
Cat.cs2 says good morning at Mountainman-Q7L and Craig.
Good morning.
Seatbelt on.
Seatbelt is on. Excellent. Yeah, see how the road, you're going to see sections of the road where the snow has blown over.
Teamman-Q7L says, do you get a donut to eat along the way?
No, I could. I mean, I definitely could. I could. The rule in the bakery is that you can eat whatever you want. So, yes, I definitely could take a donut with me. I could have a Danish. I could take a whole cake. But, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. I try to stay away from eating it because once I start, I can't stop. Well, I can stop, but I just don't. Yeah, so there are a few sections of the highway that you will see are covered with snow because we passed a couple sections where we're like, they're just fields on both sides and the wind has blown it across the street. Not so much here. On my way up, so I was going the same route but in the other direction. On my way up to the bakery, I got behind an 18-wheeler, and it was during this section of the road, and it was going 25 miles an hour. And I'm not sure whether that was because he was having some kind of trouble or because, I mean, the wind gust is pretty bad. So like if you're driving along, you could feel it. You could feel it when it hits the car. Sawyer, you must get as much sleep as I do. Weren't you online until like 11 o'clock?
Q7L says, I'm glad it's not me. I wouldn't be able to stop until I ate at least 6.
Yeah. Well, that's how I would be if I ate one. The coffee's free though. The coffee's free, so that's saving me some money every day. And this is the good part. So Bob, it's Bob and Jennifer that own the bakery. Bob cooks eggs for everybody every morning. Like anybody who wants He'll make an egg sandwich. You can have the scrambled eggs. But I eat eggs every morning. I have like 2 scrambled eggs. So I cannot complain. It came in very handy when eggs were like, $8 a dozen. So it's Saturday. The streets are going to be quieter. I guess I could use my high beams. Oh.
Teamman-Q7L says I have a CRV and the wind really moves it around. That's a good boss.
Yeah, it is a good boss. Yeah, I feel it in. I just have a standard sized car. Doesn't sit very high. But I'm wondering how it's going to feel. I haven't felt anything in this van yet. This is not a tall van though. It's like what do they call it? A Pro Max or Pro Runner or something like that. But it's pretty small. Yeah, the sky is pretty clear. I mean, there's some clouds, but I think it's just going to be a partly cloudy day. Our only issue today is the wind. In Western Maryland, I believe they said the winds could get up to 40 in the 40s, like 40 some miles per hour. That's pretty bad, especially in winter. The truck was sitting there on my way up. I think that truck is just waiting for the wind to die down. I doubt it. So now we're going to get to the sections that are a little snowy. $2.83. Gas is coming back down a little bit. That's good. See, like, look at this section here. Anywhere where where we just have a sort of a open space between we're almost driving through a field. Yeah, see all the snow here? It's just blowing across. Because we didn't really get that much snow. I mean, it was really just, all you have to do is brush it off your car. It's very, very light. It's actually very, very, look, it's actually very slippery. I mean, it's not quite as bad as ice.
Cat.cs2 says looks like a lot of snow.
It does look like it. It's not as bad as it looks. Of course, as soon as I say that, we're going to spin it. See how it's kind of blowing across the road? Like that's what's... It gets pretty thick in these sections too. As long as you stay in the groove, you're all right.
Cat.cs2 says, "Ya don't say it. We don't want more snow, lol."
No, we don't want more snow. Yeah, see it blowing. It's kind of cool looking, actually.
Taman-Q7L says, "Truckies say keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down."
That's the goal. That is the goal. I would imagine these gusts would feel pretty bad in a big truck. I didn't listen to the traffic, but sometimes on mornings like this, you know, the bridge, well, that bridge, the one that collapsed, was a very tall bridge that went over the harbor. And then the Bay Bridge that goes over to the eastern shore is a pretty tall bridge. They close those bridges if the winds get too heavy. I don't know if they close them for all traffic. I think if it's really bad, they might close them for all traffic. But I know they. Oh look, might see him in a ditch. I'm going the speed limit. That guy is feeling invincible right now. That was pretty crazy. Where these snowdrifts are going to hit you. Guy was driving along with flashers. Last night I saw a couple, I would say maybe off and on, maybe 15 minutes total of the Olympics opening ceremonies. It was pretty weird. I think when they put them together, they try to figure out how can we make this as weird as possible. I mean, it's in Italy, so there were a lot of like, the section I saw looked like runway models walking across the stage with flags and stuff. But it was all like very fashionable stuff, I guess. Green. Oh, I didn't make it. The other side got an arrow. One week till Valentine's Day. 1 week from today. Yesterday, all I saw were heart-shaped cookies. And I don't know how many they're making. It's got to be thousands of them. That's a big thing. Cookies are big. Chocolate-covered strawberries are big. The good thing is, I think next week it's going to be warming up a little bit. I mean, not when I say warming up, I'm talking about just like equal to or slightly above freezing. But it looked like it was going to be okay. And then after today, the wind is done. Like, as the day goes on today, I think this afternoon the winds will be back down to, like, you know, a reasonable speed. Six miles, 6 minutes. It would be unusual to have backup on Saturday or Sunday. I think the different colors you see on the road right now, it's not snow. That's just the difference between where the roadway is wet and where it's not. So I'm pretty sure I don't think we have any snow on the road here. Caught bits and pieces of that story about the lady that got kidnapped in Arizona or New Mexico. Where is she? Tulsa? Yeah, New Mexico, yes. That is a weird story. Something's weird about that situation. Whoa. Actually, I just felt the wind. The wind kind of moved the van a little bit back there. I guess why people were braking. There's a fearless guy. I love the people that just have no fear at all. I mean, not, or is it no sense? Maybe it's no sense. this section of the highway, some of there are little areas where you're actually on a bridge. You know, I mean, you really don't notice it, but it is above ground in a couple areas, and it does freeze over. I've seen people that have slid over into the median, in the center section, especially here. Like, I don't know what it is. I guess you're at the right angle here. But like right now, we're going to go over a road. And so this is a bridge. And this, I've seen that set people off into the left-hand side of the road there.
At justacat.cs2 says this bridge looks icy.
Yeah, this is bad too. This whole starting right about here, well, in a second. Starting right about here, it's all above ground. So this is another bad section. Like if we get an ice storm, this is one of those sections of the roadway that you just can't pass. What that was. It's like a piece of plastic.
Justacat.cs2 says Nancy Guthrie. Is that the lady you mentioned?
Yeah, that's the one. What city is that in? It's not Tulsa. I can't think of the name of the city she's in. But that's a really weird situation. Like, they think she was kidnapped. And first of all, right off the bat, that's kind of weird because people don't get kidnapped anymore. Like, that's an old... I can't remember the last. I mean, you had the Chambonnet, and there was somebody else. Although Chambonnet, I don't think really was kidnapped because she was found at the house. But I mean, who? It's weird. Like, it's odd to kidnap an 84-year-old grandmother. And it's kind of weird too because if she was kidnapped, whoever the captors are, they're not talking. Like, they wrote one letter, sent it to a couple places. And basically, in the letter, it basically says they're not going to talk anymore. Well, that doesn't really happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the way kidnapping works. You got to negotiate. So I don't know. It's very weird.
Justacat.cs2 says I think they said there was a ransom note. I'm going to read into it more after this.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. There was a ransom note that they sent to like a news organization. They didn't send it to the family.
At justacat.cs2 says maybe she has already passed.
Yeah, I know. I mean, nobody really wants to say it, but that's what I think. If I had to guess. It's starting to sound more like a murder that somebody's trying to cover up. But I mean, I've only heard bits and pieces of it. But she's the mother of a lady that is on NBC, I think. She's like a journalist on NBC. So I think that's why it's getting a lot of attention. I mean, the people I heard talking about it, they were sort of leaning toward of her son-in-law. Like she has two daughters and a son. One of the daughters is the NBC journalist, and then she has another daughter. And I think it's the other daughter that look at Brett. It's the other daughter that's husband is under some suspicion. Not by the police. Or at least not that they're admitting. But, you know, like the word on the street. All right, we're not in our normal. This will work out just fine. There we go. All right, let's leave it running. Jeez, the way the bread guy parks, his truck just fits in there. Is there somebody in there? I think there is. Yes, there is. Good morning.
Good morning.
Has your bread guy already come in? Or
Huh?
no? Has he already delivered or no?
I think so.
You think so? Okay. I was gonna leave the door open if you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it looks like he is. He did. He's gone. The bread guy just left. Did you see him pull out? At least it's not overly windy right now. because I was a little concerned about too much wind. Yeah, see, the wind just... I got to try to do this so that the thing doesn't blow away. Let's put you right there.
Cat.cs2 says, what are you doing back there?
I'm trying to keep these. Look, that is going to work. Come here, come here. Trying to keep these Danish from blowing away. This is crazy. I think I got it for the moment. Tell you what though, if we get a big gust of wind, this could get ugly.
Cat.cs2 says, sounds like you were wrestling the donuts.
I sort of am. I would turn. They're they don't know it, but they're in danger. All right, one to go here. One to go. Come on, guys.
Cat.cs2 says, Donut Olympics.
I think I just. Okay. We got that. Okay. Now we just gotta. That was pretty crazy. I should be wearing that, the dead cat. Should have that over my microphone. It's a little windy out there. It smells good. I got it. Thank you.
You get those?
Yeah. We got it. We got it. We got it. There we go. Thank you. All right. Have a good day, man. Excellent. Glad that's done. Nobody's at the gym this morning. Maybe they're not open on Saturdays. Okay. One down, one to go. And my other delivery, it's sort of, I think the building will block the wind, so I'm not as worried about that one.
Masticat.cs2 says, glad you handled those donuts, Craig.
I am so paranoid about that thing rolling away with all my donuts on it.
Masticat.cs2 says, lol.
One day I'm gonna work it out. It wouldn't have been today anyway because it was just too much going on. But one of these days I am gonna take the camera out and like give you a little bit better view of what's going on. I could have probably pointed the camera to the back of the van. You would have seen a little bit, but it would have been kind of embarrassing today. I think I would have looked kind of stupid today. I had like the rack. It's a rolling. The rack rolls, and it rolls very easily. And for some reason, well, it's not, and the area is not flat, so it wants to move anyway. So you got to prop it up against something. So I had a
Q7L says that would be a great short chasing the rack down the road.
I know. Yeah, it would. It would. Well, that almost happened. There's a, I don't remember if I think I left it in. One time, like I'd only been live streaming like, I don't know, less than a week or two. And I thought, oh, I'm going to take the, so I put it on there and I just set it up next to me and I started unloading the van.
Says, you're so great. At Mountainman-Q7L.
I started unloading the van and it did start to roll away from me. And I had a tray. I don't remember what it was a tray of, but I had a tray in my hand and I was getting ready to put that onto the rack and the rack starts rolling away. And so I had to I didn't drop the tray, but I quickly lowered it down. And then I had to grab the rack before it rolled away. It was a very awkward, it was stupid. It looked stupid. And that was the first time I ever tried. So I haven't tried again since. But I will again. I will do it again. Today wouldn't have been a good day to do it though, because I had to like prop the rack up against the van door and the wind. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why that is. It's just a metal rack, but I guess once you start putting stuff on it, it gets a. Did that guy I don't think he rode. I think he had a green light. I think he did. If he didn't, that was brazen right there.
Stickhat.cs2 says fighting the wind gust too long.
Yeah. Gosh. Should get hazard pay today. 19 degrees. I think it's going to be 19 degrees. Like, I don't know that it's going to get too much colder. So, but it's not going to get any warmer. We're coming up on the section of the road where we saw the deer yesterday. If those cars are they're gonna get the arrow before we go. That's what I think.
Stacat.cs2 says Craig. Nancy Guthrie is in Tucson, not Tulsa.
Tucson, that's it. Yeah. I did have that wrong. I knew, when I was saying it, it didn't sound right to me. That's right. So I thought it was in Arizona. Yeah, Tucson, Arizona. Yeah, the ransom note, it had two dates on it. One was Thursday. Today's Saturday, right? I think it was the day before yesterday. So I think it was 5 o'clock. They had a deadline of like 5 o'clock Mountain Time on Thursday, maybe? Because I know it's passed, and it wasn't, I don't think it was yesterday. Maybe it was. But anyway, that was when they were supposed to send the money. So I don't know how much they're asking for, but they wanted, I think the ransom note is saying that they're supposed to send them Bitcoin to some Bitcoin wallet or something. Well, they didn't do that. So that deadline passed. But then it said the second deadline, which has more severe consequences, which I presume means they would probably kill her, was Monday. They have until Monday. And I don't understand that either. Like, why? If you have a deadline, if you have two deadlines, is the first one really a deadline? You know what I mean? Like if you say, all right, you got to do this by Friday. But if you don't do it by Friday, you really got to do it by Monday. Like in the real world, that means it's due on Monday. That's the way I read it. Like I would probably want to get it done by Friday just so I can have a nice weekend and not think about it. But oh, we're going. But yeah, if you give me two deadlines, the real deadline is really the second one. Maybe there was more to it than that. All right, we lose the connection here because I ride under some very thick trees. There's a trash can. See this road having some spots where the snow's drifted over. Maybe. It's kind of got a couple open sections.
Cat.cs2 says I put my t-shirt on Bogey and it's too little. And he's trying to pounce me to death. Lol.
What is it doing? Squeezing him? Did you ever get one of those, like I think they're called thunder jackets? It's like this, it's like a little shirt, but it's made out of this material that kind of like hugs them, so it's very tight. It's supposed to be soothing, like if they're afraid of thunderstorms and stuff like that. So maybe you can use that shirt like that. Probably save yourself some money.
AJCat.cs2 says he looks squished and half shirt on him. Lol Craig. I think that's what it kind is.
Yeah. Sounds like it. I bought one time. I had a dog one time that was, I mean, he was terrified when there was a thunderstorm or if he heard fireworks or anything like that. I mean, he would actually he'd like walk into the closet, sit on the floor in the closet, hide. And I bought one of those shirts one time. It didn't work though. It didn't calm him down. Felt so bad for him. He gets so scared. But AJ is not like that. Actually, it was AJ's father. That's what I'm talking about. AJ's father was the dog that was like that.
AJCat.cs2 says yeah. No, I don't put clothes on Bogey. He only likes his backpack.
What does he carry in the backpack? Does he carry treats in it? That would be a good reason to like it. Yeah, I never put anything on AJ. I don't think he would like it.
AJCat.cs2 says his own water bottle, collapsible bowl, treats, first aid, poo bags.
The old poo bags. Well, see, yeah. So I can see why he likes that backpack.
Q7L says my dog Buddy only wants his control collar on him. Except to scratch him.
Yeah, that's how AJ is.
AJCat.cs2 says but outside is a lot of snow, so I put a shirt on him to go pee, to maybe keep him warmer.
Probably works. I mean, AJ has a lot of hair, so I think he does all right. He doesn't seem to get cold. I mean, he feels cold when he comes in from being outside. He was barking at something this morning, but I didn't see anything. Like by the time I got out to look out the front door, out the front window, I didn't see anything. I think it's funny when you see dogs that people put like, I don't know what they are, if they're rubber or some kind of material on their feet. And I do think that, like, I was always very careful. I haven't done it this winter, but I was careful with walking the dogs in the like after a snow when people put their salt on the road and stuff, because that's bad for their feet. And if you put something on a dog's feet, they really walk kind of funny. Have you ever seen that? Like they high step it. It's like they don't know what to do and their feet don't feel the ground. I used to walk AJ's mother and father like at the same time. I had one of those leashes that would like split off. I think I split off like halfway down. Like maybe I had maybe 3 or 4 feet of leash, and then it would split off into the two so that they could both kind of do their own thing. But I think they had to be like within 6 or 10 feet of each other, but that worked pretty well. I never got to 3 though. I don't know how those people, you see the people, like, I guess they're professional dog walkers that have like 10 dogs.
Justicat.cs2 says, yeah, Bogey has extreme shoes for hot cold weather. Good thing he's not have a need for them. At Justicat.cs2 says, yeah, the double leash.
Yeah. Well, so does he walk okay with those boots on? Like, have you ever had him out? Because I've seen people when their dog is acting funny. I guess that's when they film it, when their feet they're kind of walking like their feet are weird. But I've never seen a dog walking with boots on that just was like walking normally. Like, do they get used to it after a certain amount of time? Because it is a good idea. I mean, it isn't.
Justicat.cs2 says, yeah, he's used him, and yes, he is hilarious in them. Lol. Q7L says, Buddy doesn't want me to bother his feet.
Yeah, see, that's the normal reaction I get. I don't think AJ would let me put anything on his feet. He doesn't really like.
Cat.cs2 says, yeah, most pup don't at Mountainman-Q7L. Cat.cs2 says, I think.
Look, the door's open. This is good. Jump right in there before you. All right, this will be quick and easy. Oh. Good morning. I love how you have to come out here to turn that on, don't you?
Yeah, and I have to walk through ice. From 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh. It's music. Good morning. Grab this.
I can actually take both of these off.
Oh, okay. This is going to be. Think about this. You know what? I'm going to take these trays and then I'm going to bring the van over here. Because this thing has like a plastic cover on it, which will fly. I mean, literally, even when it's only mildly, windy. So I'm getting closer to the door.
Justacat.cs2 says I heard the wind gust.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. It's like, what? All right, let's do this. All right, here we go. One tray at a time. One tray at a time. There we go, that's better. Get my steps in today. These are I like these. Aren't they colorful? Yeah, look at those little M&Ms on there.
And Dash 27 elevator grab a donut now.
Look,
Those muffins look huge.
look, these are little mini Danish. Look at this. Here we go. Mini Danish. Pretty good. Cheese. Strawberry. It's good stuff. Oh, there's the coconut. Remember we were talking about that the other day? Coconut. Here, check this out. These are the cinnamon buns. Tell me that's not good, right there. I mean, I can't imagine eating a whole one of those things. Okay. All right, here we go.
Welcome to One Day Cafe, where every day is Craycray.
Oh. All right. Deliveries are complete. Let's make sure the door closes.
Michael 333 says good morning.
Oh. Good morning. We just made our second and final delivery. It's windy. It's windy this morning. That's the word for the day. Okay, let's see.
Stacat.cs2 says he good morning at Nigel 333.
All right. Phew. I'm glad we got them done. Oops. This is the spot I always forget to put the seatbelt on. All right, all right, all right. There we go. Glad we got gas yesterday, so I don't have to stand out in the wind for that. Ooh, that looks, see, this could be slick right here.
Stacat.cs2 says are you working? At Nigel 333. Stacat.cs2 says is AJ still in bed, Craig? At Nigel 333 says good morning, chat.
Good morning. Yes, AJ is back in bed. He's not. He gets up with me, so he eats breakfast between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. And this could be. Let's make sure this is. So he's kind of active most of the morning. Like he's walking around and, following me around the house usually. But I know when I leave, he goes to bed. He goes back to bed. And then some days I stay later at the bakery, like usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I stay later and do, helping out at the bakery. But the other days, like on a weekday, well, Monday through Thursday, I would get home at like 8, maybe, yeah, usually around 8, maybe 9 if I stop, pick up groceries or something. So he gets confused about whether I'm going to be coming home early or late. And sometimes when I come home early, he's still asleep. I think he gets a little embarrassed. If I can get to the door and unlock the door before he knows I'm there, and then he'll come to the door, and I can tell he looks like he's a little embarrassed that he was asleep and not protecting the house. He has that look on his face.
At justacat.cs2 says QDAJ lol.
He's my buddy.
Taman-Q7L says good morning NY Gal 333. At justacat.cs2 says I first saw him on the Starlink vid, I giggled.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, he's in all the puppy videos because he was one of the puppies. But yeah, that's right. He did. He made an appearance in that. I think I'm gonna try to set up a room in my house so I can do like videos like that. Not like, but at least have a place where I could do a video where I could, talk. With some kind of table or desk or something, Because the one thing I could, I wanted to be able to like lay the stuff out. Even during that video, I had my backpack, and that worked out pretty well the way it was, but with the treadmill desk there, it's kind of didn't have enough room to really make it into a table where I could lay everything out.
Ianette says you should do that. It would be fun. I'll stop.
I'll have like a studio. Good morning, Janet. It's windy out here. I was battling the wind when I was like...
Ianette says I'll stop over and be your audience.
Oh, there you go. I could have a studio audience.
Sean White says good morning, I am hopping in the CAH now. At Gigianet says good morning.
Hey, good morning. Filling up the van. We're filling up the van.
Stacat.cs2 says I agree that would be needed. Gigianet, good morning.
It's getting windier. I think the wind is gonna slow down pretty early today.
Cat.cs2 says good morning. At Auction White on the grind already. Nice. Have a good one.
He's always
At
working.
Auction White says it's snowing.
Oh, is it? We got a little snow last night, but it was just a dusting. It was just enough snow last night to blow it around. Are you getting the wind? Are you having a windy day up there in Boston? We're getting crazy wind today.
John White says tomorrow.
Oh, okay. What is going on up here? Got snow plows out here.
Mountainman-Q7L says good morning OG Sean White.
Yeah, see, you've got sections like this where it blows across the road.
Sean White says I made 105 in 3 hours yesterday, then I stopped lol.
That's not bad.
Sean White says going for 200 to 300 today.
Oh, this wind is crazy right here.
Sean White says good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Mountainman-Q7L says is the shiny road ice.
It's not ice, but where the snow has been blown across, it's a little slick. This is the windiest part of the ride so far. I'm surprised because, you know, there were sections where it was more open than this. Like we have trees on each side along here. I hope my Starlink doesn't blow off the roof. I didn't even think about that. It's really gusty along here.
Cat.cs2 says right on. 300 this Saturday. At Auction White.
I know, everybody thinks the Super Bowl is going to be a super busy.
Sean White says yup, will make bank. These non-English speaking dashers don't drive in the snow.
Oh, they don't?
Mountainman-Q7L says catch a falling star.
Is that for my Starlink? Look at this snow blowing across this. This is pretty intense right here. Look at the street lights.
Sean White says nope.
They're like little snow tornadoes. Is that a snow-nado? A snow-nado. I'm sure they would come up with a name like that. This must be like a wind tunnel in our area. Because it's been windy, but not like this. Like what were they that storm in North Carolina last week? They had some kind of crazy name for that. They make up super scary names. Like something bomb. I think it included the word bomb. We're gonna make this green. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We are. We are. We're committed now. We're committed. This is slick. I wouldn't want somebody behind me stopped at that light. This is like it's a snowstorm. I think we have a little bit of crud on the window. A little. We may just have to bite the bullet till the end. Tomorrow's the Super Bowl. Next week is Valentine's Day. On a Saturday, right? So That ought to be good for restaurants.
Cat.cs2 says I'm making coffee. The people who owns this house has a fully stocked fridge with a note saying help yourselves and enjoy. OMG.
People that own. So where are you? Are you staying like at an Airbnb or something? Or did you just break into somebody's house? Where are you? What are you in somebody else's house? That just sounds funny. Look at this, look at this. We got a road covered. Sawyer, you can't leave us hanging. This is why I got to fix the delay. I've got to get that straight so that I don't have to wait 20 to 30 seconds. This road's got a few jumps. Oh, you know what's going to be? There's going to be one section of this road that is crazy covered, I bet. You know when we... If you...
Cat.cs2 says Tahoe, I told you that. Staying a friend's house for snow fun.
Oh! Oh yeah, I think you did tell me. Oh, okay, all right. So then it does make sense. You are. It just sounded funny. I thought I didn't put that together. Oh my goodness. This is pretty crazy here. What's going on? There's a section of this road. I wouldn't have even thought about this. This surprises me a little bit. But there is a section.
Cat.cs2 says OMG, I didn't break into a Rondo house lol.
That's what it sounded like. Oh my goodness. It sounded like a statement that a burglar would make.
Cat.cs2 says Craig, it's a lot of snow.
It is. I'm surprised here. There is a section coming up. You know what? We go past this farm, which we're about to go past, and then we're going to go up a hill. This is where like my hay bales were. That is a flat.
That says I'm surprised by the roads.
Yeah.
I'm only a few miles away and we have nothing.
Well, this is all from blowing, though. I mean, it's all blown onto the road. Like, that's how Route 30 was too, going up. Yeah, I think this is gonna, unless they've plowed it. I would have expected the area that we're coming up on the section I would have thought would be really bad. I'm surprised about the one back there. Here we go. Yeah, this is not going to be good. Oh my God, what is he? God, we got new tires. Whoa, 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 we are sliding.
Daily 582 says, hey, cylinders coming up.
Cylinders go. If we make it, this is very slippery, but I knew this would be bad.
Cat.cs2 says, wow, if Gideon at even a little ways away makes a difference.
Yeah, see, this blows across this all the time. Whenever there's snow, and the snow that we got last night was very, very little, but it's been blowing across the road now for a few hours.
Cat.cs2 says, he morning John.
John is in the van. Oh, we made that.
Daily 582 says, good morning Sawyer. At Sean White says, John are awake WTF.
I know. I'm guessing that one of the kids woke him up. It's 7 o'clock. Maybe he got up on his own.
Sean White says, I am in the CAH John turn lol.
It's so weird. There are like certain sections where the snow blows across the road and then it's like instantly it just stops and it's fine.
Daily 582 says, good guess Craig.
Ah, I knew it. It's a rolling stop. It's a rolling stop. I had a car on the first, when I was first left the bakery this morning, I was going down the roadway into Owings Mills. So it's like a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. And I had this truck. I was going 50 miles an hour, although it was kind of like this. It wasn't a clear road. It had lanes in it like this. Some truck went flying by me. I was expecting to see him in a ditch not further up, but
Daily 582 says Sean.
Oh. Deer. See that deer on the side of the road? He's been sleeping there for a couple of days now. See if the cows are out. This road, I'm surprised about this. The cows are not out. They're all in there. They're in their little barn thing. Smart. Cows are smart.
Cat.cs2 says cows are in bed.
The cows lay down. I mean, they do, but I never thought about it. Like, I always thought they just stood up when they slept. This is kind of cracking me up how the roads are.
Cat.cs2 says I think they do lay down like goats.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because when I ride through here, sometimes half of them are up, half of them are asleep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, there's one eating over there. That road is going to surprise people if they've just come off, like the main roads in town. All of a sudden they get on that road. Not going to be expecting that. Going to park over here to take the trays out. I'm not walking across the parking lot.
Cat.cs2 says is the Dollar Tree open now?
I don't know what time they open. I don't think so. Why, do you need something? Stay here 1 second. Let's take the trays in.
It says they open at 9 a.m. At Justacat.cs2 says yeah they have the cheapest box of tissues. Cat.cs2 says 09. Cat.cs2 says I watch Thrifty Tiffany Dollar Tree hauls, so I don't have to go myself and spend monies.
They're preparing the strawberries. Yeah, chocolate covered strawberries, big thing. Where did they find the giant strawberries that they do? Yeah, no, the Dollar Tree is definitely not open. Not yet.
Cat.cs2 says delicious strawberries. Where are we going?
Parking now. Our deliveries are done. I just had to drop off the trays. I didn't want to. I'd have to make a couple.
Ianette says have a great day everyone.
Yes. You do the same. Stay warm. Yeah. So that is the end of today's journey. Today's Saturday. So tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday is a 6 o'clock day. So tomorrow I just make one delivery. I think it's going to be cold tomorrow, but we won't have quite as much wind. And I think it's going to be sunny. I think we're actually going to have some sunny days coming up. It's cold.
Cat.cs2 says have a great day at Gideonet. Thank you and everyone.
Yes, I appreciate everybody hanging out. Had a good ride. It was interesting today. We got a little bit of snow action. More than I thought we were going to get, actually. So, everybody have a good one. Enjoy your weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. Enjoy the Super Bowl and all that stuff. All right, folks. I'm going to end my stream now. Have a good one.
Daily 582 says glad I caught part of the ride.
Yeah, glad you made it.